Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our late afternoon update. I'm Victoria Holmes here in the digital studio. Governor Roy Cooper announced that the state health department is providing $35 million to support child care programs. Governor Cooper made the announcement in a press conference early Tuesday afternoon. The funds will go towards operational costs for child care programs providing in-person child care during the COVID-19 pandemic. The grants will be awarded to licensed child care providers who are operating in person during the months of August through October. The funds are meant to help offset the additional expenses from extra safety measures like masks and sanitizing equipment. You can learn more information about the grant on our website at WNCT.com. Stocks dropped on Wall Street Tuesday afternoon after President Donald Trump ordered a stop to negotiations with Democrats over another round of stimulus for the economy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average swung instantly from a gain of about 200 points to a loss of about 300 points. The series of tweets from President came hours after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell urged Congress to come through with more aid, saying that too little support would lead to a weak recovery, creating unnecessary hardship for households and businesses. Trump says negotiations should stop until after the election. President Trump did not report any symptoms of the coronavirus to his physician after spending his first night back at the White House. Dr. Sean Conley said the president had a restful night at the White House after spending 3 days at Walter Reed Medical Center. On Monday afternoon, shortly before his departure from the Walter Reed, Conley said that the president would not be fully out of the woods for another week. Trump is expected to continue his recovery at the White House, where they are assessing the reach of exposure for officials, staff, and workers. Vice President Mike Pence's physician also released a statement Tuesday saying Pence was clear to travel and does not need to quarantine. President Trump tweeted that he was feeling great and is looking forward to the next debate on October 15th. It's National Hispanic Heritage Month, and WNCT is highlighting stories celebrating Hispanic culture in the United States. Today we are featuring Victor Espinoza, a jockey who tells us the highs and lows of his career.
No turning back for Victor Espinoza now. He's all alone out on the front on California Chrome.
How I come to be a jockey was I think it was just by mistake.
When Victor Espinoza looks back at his career, he says he had no plans of riding thoroughbreds over the ground. He planned to fly high above them.
I want to be a pilot. And I was studying so hard when I was in kindergarten because I thought I was going to be a pilot.
Espinoza says he grew up on a farm outside of Cancun, and at age 13, his brother took him to the track.
I was in the grandstand walking around and like checking everybody else. Everyone is like, "Hey, are you a jockey?" I was like, "No." It's like, "You're so little and skinny, you should be a jockey." I was like, interested.
A thought quickly turned into a trial.
I said, I'm going to just do my best and ride for 2 years. And after 2 years that I quit, and then I'll go back to school.
Instead, Espinoza spent the next 35 years racing across the world on the back of some of the best horses in the world.
But California Chrome shines bright in the Kentucky Derby!
He won the Kentucky Derby 3 times and the Preakness Stakes 3 times. And then in 2015,
the 37-year wait is over! American Pharoah is finally the one! American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown!
he rode American Pharoah to a Triple Crown victory, becoming the oldest jockey and first Hispanic jockey to accomplish the feat.
I always had to think positive. I never think negative. Things that are never been done for many years, sooner or later, it's gonna happen.
3 years after reaching the pinnacle of his career, Espinoza came crashing down. In July of 2018 at Del Mar, he broke a vertebrae during a training accident and says he didn't know if he would ride again. But he got back up on a horse the following January.
After that accident, I really, really appreciate it more. And I enjoy it more than before. Horse racing and people too.
If 48-year-old Victor Espinoza was able to go back and talk to 13-year-old Victor Espinoza about getting into this crazy business, what advice would he give?
Wow, I would tell him not do it. Don't do it. It was tough. it was not easy. I mean, I work 24/7 because I want to be the best. And that's all it takes. You want to be the best, you have to, work as you are the best. And, I kind of miss a lot of other things in life, but honestly, we cannot have everything we want in life, right? So we have to choose one or the other. And I choose my career.
Espinoza has never married and has no kids, but he has donated 10% of his earnings to support pediatric cancer research. He's also embraced a role as a mentor to younger jockeys.
It's not easy to be a jockey. It looks easy, but it's a lot of small new details and little tricks that I can share with the new jockeys. They would never know unless if I tell them, right? So in those moments, yeah, kind of be proud of myself.
Troy Hirsch, Fox 5 Sports.
East Carolina University and Greenville City leaders announced a 19-acre master development project coming to the downtown area. The project is spearheaded by Elliott Sidewalk Communities, a developer that works with university towns across the country to create vibrant downtown communities. We'll have the full report tonight on our newscast at 5 and 6 p.m. And check out our latest episode of What the Politics. In this week's episode, we talked to DC political reporter Raquel Martin. With a divisive Congress and two major political parties growing towards the opposite ends of the political spectrum, many political reporters are having to address new challenges surrounding facts and unbiased writing. Here's a preview.
And it's an important note to touch on is that we are so different than what CNN, Fox, MSNBC are. What we do is completely different. We go out there, we engage and interview people, and we set you up to see both sides completely. And it's so important that people understand the distinctions right now, because obviously there is real animosity towards reporters.
Thank you for tuning in to our late afternoon update. I'm Victoria Holmes here in the digital studio.